they're so busy doing that, and they have the tunnel vision that we have the right suspect, this is who it is, that they forget about looking at any other options.
Months went by, and then years, with no sign of Michelle. The investigation came to a dead end. In the minds of police, Carl Dorr remained a suspect, but they had no evidence to charge him. Then, 6 years later, there was a new development.
10 days after 24-year-old Laura Holdling disappeared from her Bethesda home, her family tells reporters they believe they know what happened to her.
In what seemed to be an unrelated case, a Harvard graduate, Laura Hoteling, was reported missing. She lived a few miles away from Michelle and Carl Dorr. Laura Hoteling had been stabbed to death in her bedroom while asleep. Her killer left behind few clues. He had done an unusually thorough job of cleaning up the crime scene.
Normally, you would have found blood splattered outside the home or some indications of a fight or something, but that area, that bedroom, the crime scene itself had been cleaned up and cleaned up very good.
But he made one mistake. In Laura Hoteling's hairbrush was one foreign hair. It wasn't human. It was from a wig. The Hoteling's gardener, 30-year-old Hatton Clark, was a known cross-dresser.
He had mental problems. We also discovered that he was a cross-dresser. He would dress in women's clothing.
The wig hair in Laura Hoteling's hairbrush matched the wig found in Hatton Clark's possession. Investigators believe that after killing Laura Hoteling, Hatton Clark dressed in women's clothing, put on the wig, and left the scene of the crime in broad daylight without creating any suspicion. Hatton Clark was convicted of Laura Hoteling's murder. Then, police made a startling discovery.
The police say to themselves, hey, wait, we've heard this name before. This was a guy that we were looking at who lived in the house where Michelle Dorr was last supposed to have been seen or have gone. And so at that point, they started really pressing Hatton on the Michelle Dorr case and looking at him as a very serious suspect.
Hatton Clark lived just 2 houses
I
away
think
from
cookies or
Michelle
ice cream or
Dorr
something
at the time of her disappearance. His niece Elizabeth was Michelle's friend. When Michelle first disappeared, Hatton Clark was questioned about his whereabouts that day. And something unusual happened during his interrogation that should have
Well, Alex
aroused
Bowman, he's driving
police
Junior car up here, ain't
Mom, Dad, hi. I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. But what a powerful life lesson. And don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll just forgive you.
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yeah, good night.
With accident forgiveness, you won't walk a lot just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is really.
Terry got a new car. Terry took a vacation to Paris. Terry bought an incredibly expensive piece of modern art. Only problem is, this is Terry.
It's a really great cabin.
Cabin is definitely unique and it's really close to my work. But at $425,000, this is definitely out of our budget. The fact that it's furnished certainly helps.
They're not crashing.
Glacier National Park is home to over 700 miles of hiking trails, ranging from easy day hikes to summit high mountain peaks. Today, Brian and Devin are heading to the southwestern corner of the park to hike the Apgar Lookout Trail.
Loading train.
We love hiking. Every weekend we try to get out and climb a peak if we can.
It'd be fun to walk that entire ridge up there.
Let's do it.
Having a log cabin home would allow us to have a base, somewhere to keep our stuff, somewhere to go out on our adventures, but have a place to come home to and dump all the gear and relax and just have a sense of peace and solitude.
After their hike, the couple will tour the Middle Fork Cabin, just 18 miles from Whitefish, with beautiful views of Glacier National Park, as well as hiking and biking trails nearby the property.
So this is the Middle Fork Cabin.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really nice setting. The Middle Fork Cabin has got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, all on 2.2 acres. And the list price is $315,000.
Yeah.
Well, within our budget, yeah, way below.
Absolutely. I don't know how I feel about the water tank being right there in our view.
Maybe we'd get used to it. I don't know.
That might be tough.
Edition, no, edition, no.
It's not about
No.
it's about the journey.
We're just looking to get in as much adventure as we possibly
Oh.
can.
I just want to have fun while I can still enjoy it.
If we get away, we're going to be in this RV.
There's no place I'd rather be than riding free in America.
All new Flowing RV, Wednesday, March 7th at 9, only on GAC.
Technology, progress, together. Spectrum Enterprise.
That will teach our lesson.
Good, because I've been meaning to talk to you. Well, you know, you're getting older, and you might be experiencing some sensations. Happened to your dad.
Oh, it's the crazy. I better make it around for it.
That's insurance for the modern world. Insurance.
No, I'll stay company. Clicker call. Do you have any questions? I'll get it. Awesome.
Captain Clark confessed to the murder of 23-year-old Laura Hoteling, but he denied having anything to do with the disappearance of Michelle Dorr. But on the day Michelle disappeared, police discovered that Clark was alone in his brother's home, just 2 doors away from Michelle's home. He was packing his things since his brother had kicked him out because of what he called inappropriate behavior with the children.
Later or
What happened
Sunday
back in
before
1986 was that
that.
Haddon was very angry.
Whatever.
His brother, his brother's wife, and his children had left the home in order to give Haddon an opportunity to get his things and get out. And they had given him the deadline to get out.
That same day,
I
police
got
questioned
awesome.
Haddon Clark and asked if he knew anything about Michelle's disappearance.
He was answering questions. It was quiet. When the nature of the interview changed and Michelle Dorr's name was mentioned, Haddon's
Hey, brother,
entire
did you know
emotions
that?
being began to shake violently.
Toothbrush
He began
and
to rock back and forth in his chair. He
Yeah.
actually became physically
Well,
sick and
he
had to leave the
is
room at the mere
good.
mention of Michelle's name.
Although police knew his behavior was
Yeah, I'm gonna
unusual,
build it.
it was discounted once Carl Dorr allegedly confessed.
There was no evidence to suggest that Haddon Clark had killed Michelle Dorr, other than his own quirky, bizarre behavior, which could be attributed to a number of things, one of which being his own mental illness. So that's why the police stepped away from Haddon Clark and focused on Carl Dorr for months and years after Michelle's disappearance.
How can you not suspect this guy if you even, spend an afternoon with him? You'll have to go to Kmart to figure out he's crazy.
Once in prison for Laura Hoteling's murder, Clark refused to answer questions about Michelle Dorr.
I'm not talking about nothing. My word told me not to. I told you honestly, I asked some of your questions, whatever you want to ask. But some questions I'm not going to answer.
This is Jim Beckett. At one time, he was incarcerated with Haddon Clark in the same prison cell block. He had more luck getting Haddon to talk about his crimes than the police.
I just wanted to find out the truth of it. So I got in real close to him, and I sort of felt it was a window of opportunity to find out the truth through him. Rather than intimidating him, I became a good friend.
One day, while Beckett and Clark were in the prison cafeteria, Beckett asked Haddon about Michelle Dorr.
He was saying she was such a lovely young girl and all, and I could see it was bothering him. I looked at him and I said, Haddon, why did you do it? And when I said it like that, he worked it out. He said, I didn't mean to do it. He didn't repeat it, but he said, I didn't mean to do it. And it was like he knew what was being said. And he knew he just confessed to me that he killed her.
Beckett then told police that Clark confessed to killing Michelle Dorr in a small bedroom in his brother's home. But police had no physical or forensic evidence to charge Clark. But then they remembered how expertly Clark cleaned the crime scene after Laura Hoteling's murder.
The police put two and two together and realized that he had been able to meticulously clean a crime scene where there was a lot of bloodshed. He was able to remove evidence from a crime scene to the point where family members had no idea that a murder had taken place there.
It had been 10 years since Michelle's disappearance, and Haven Clark's brother had sold the home, and a number of families had occupied it since. Police wondered whether any forensic evidence remained.
At Safe Flight Auto Glass, we know that when you're spending time with the grandkids, every minute counts. And you don't have time for a cracked windshield. That's why Safe Flight will show you exactly when we'll be there with a replacement you can trust. Hold on, sir. Looks great. Thank you, Safe Flight. Thank you. Bye. Saving you time so you can keep saving the world.
Gas, bloating, constipation, and diarrhea can start in the colon and may be signs of an imbalance of good bacteria. Only Philips Colon Health has this unique combination of probiotics. It provides 4-in-1 symptom defense. It's your daily probiotic.
Handcrafted burgers. Any burger, just $7.99. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
I needed legal advice for Michelle. That's when I remembered that my ex-boyfriend actually went to law school, so I called him. He didn't call me back.
If your ex-boyfriend isn't a lawyer, call LegalZoom and we'll connect you with an attorney. LegalZoom, where life meets legal.
Make every day Valentine's Day. Why yours and mine? Blue for him, purple for her. Two sensations, one great way to discover new feelings.